Welcome to Deborah's Money Journey. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have all of you joining me today. I'm getting ready to work on my car maintenance binder. I have a question. Do you find that your car maintenance, like repairs, oil changes, those are the things that you never budget for? Because I have a feeling that a lot of people end up with car issues, but they never have the money to take care of the matter because they don't budget for it. Now, let me backtrack because I'm not saying that people don't have savings, but wouldn't it be nice to know that you have dedicated savings that only funds anything to do with your car? That is what this is. I'm saving for car maintenance. I just got an oil change. I also had some of my fluids flushed. I believe it was like transmission fluid. And I got a $200 bill for that. But I have $200 plus in my car maintenance sinking fund. So I don't worry about that because I save for car repairs. If I need tires, I have enough in there to cover tires. And so what I do is every time I get a paycheck, I put a certain dollar amount into my car sinking fund, and then I do this. I just do this little extra stuff. And that is kind of how I reach goals. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Deborah, and this channel is all about my financial journey. I want to share with you how I've been able to pay off debt, save, invest, and really work on my financial future later in life. I always tell people it's never too late to get started. Don't you think that because you get a certain age, you have to stop? That is absolutely false. You can keep going, you can save, you can invest, you can do whatever you want to do. And this is designed to give you some tips so that when those things come up in your life, because if you have a car, they will, you can have money set aside just to take care of those matters. Today we're focusing on my car maintenance sinking fund or just my car binder, because this is my car savings binder, but it's really designed for car maintenance. I actually used this binder to help me pay off my car last year, and once the car was paid off, then I started saving. I didn't stop, but I started saving for maintenance because we know that's coming up. I have to make sure my car's in good running order because I do a lot of driving on a regular basis. Okay, so enough of that. I hope that everybody is doing well and having a great time. Stick around. I'm going to be announcing my January giveaway, and everyone is invited to enter. Okay, so let's count how much money I'm going to stuff today. I have 20, 40, 60, 75, 85, 95, 100, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, $109. Okay, guys, let's get started stuffing this binder. Okay, so what I normally do, for those of you who are new, you get some savings challenges. A lot of people have Ko-fi, K-O-F-I, shops that you can actually get challenges. You download them for free, and then you can save. Now, this is just something that I do for the purpose of my channel and that I think is fun. But because it works, I would say try it. Maybe get a couple of these and just start saving a certain dollar amount. So today I'm going to be adding $5 to each of these Jamaica symbols. This comes from Frugality is Life. She's the creator of this beautiful challenge. And so let's grab $10, and then I'm going to start from scratch. Now, none of my envelopes have money in them, except for, I think, one or two. But I unstuffed this in December because January, it's a fresh start. So I'm starting fresh, and I'm going to add $10 to this, and that's going to be the first $10 in 2026. And usually when I'll do that, and then when I finish the challenge, then I will transfer those funds to my high yield savings account. I have a high yield savings account with Capital One Bank, and I have multiple buckets or accounts. You can actually have a savings account, and then you can do sub accounts, and you can name them different categories. That is really a great way to save your money and to save it online, but also to keep track of it in multiple accounts, because I already know me. If I put all my money on one account, I'm just going to spend it and I'm going to get mixed up, and it's just not going to work for me. This works really well because I can see exactly how much money I have in every category, and I make sure to put some money and save in each category when I get my paychecks. Okay, the next challenge here is called Waddle, I Do Without You. That's cute. This comes from Overthinking and Budgeting. I'm going to finish this line. That's a 3, 4, 3, and 2. And so that is 12. So let's just put a little line through. And I'm going to add $12. And it's that simple. I'm adding $12 to this. And 10. And then there's 2, 12. Okay, so $12. All right. And this one, I started it, so that's why, of course, I'm over halfway finished. But again, that money was taken out and moved to the savings account. That's where it went. Okay, the next one is car oil change. And this is a Scooby Doo series. I've been doing this one for a while. And I am going to add $20 to this one. And so each little like mystery machine or like a raindrop, well, it's oil drop, it's worth $5. And I will add $20. Okay, so that would be 5, 10. And then I'm just going to put a little color in 2 of the little drops. Okay. And that's 15 and 20. Okay, $20. 20. Guys, I was actually trying to get sick again. Can you believe that? You know, it's going around. It's kind of cold one day. It's hot the next day. And every time you turn around, somebody's sick that you know. And then when you get around them, yeah. So I had like a little cold over the weekend, but I feel so much better. And I really just kind of took it easy. Kind of, because I had errands to run, but I did the best I could. And actually today I'm feeling okay. All right. So this one is, Did We Just Become Best Friends? This is so cute. This comes from Budget Life with Paula. And look at this cute little dog and cat. Yes, you did become friends. Okay, so these are paw prints. I'm going to make each one worth $5. So let's get $10. $10. All right, $10. My next challenge is actually a challenge that I did, and it's the So You Think You Can Save. This is the black and white version, and I am going to be saving 2 of the 5s. This is kind of a New Year's fireworks theme. Those are fireworks, so I'm going to do $10. Okay. Okay, that's $10 going into the So You Think You Can Save fireworks challenge. Okay, the next challenge is car battery, and the same thing. This is going to be $5 for each icon. And so for this one, I'm going to add $15. Do you feel like the year is flying by already? It's going to be the middle of the month in a couple of days. I just don't know. This time is going so fast. Okay, so this is going to be $15 in this one. And let me get the 5s that I just added. Okay, $15 in this challenge. And you know, if you are someone who doesn't necessarily cash stuff, you have to take this cash, this extra cash, from your paycheck, your, you know, any income you have. And if you can't do 100, just do a $20 bill, break it up into ones, and cashed up the $1 bills. You'd be surprised, even saving dollar bills will add up, and you have to make sure you are putting that money away. You can't spend it as soon as you save it because it's defeating the purpose. The whole point of savings is that it shouldn't be touched. That is the whole point of it. I know people say unless you have an emergency. We have to always define what an emergency is. Let's be honest. A lot of people do pull their money and it's not really an emergency. So my thing is don't touch it. Just let it sit and build up. That is how you're going to grow your savings. Okay. The next challenge comes from Neen's Budgets. And actually those Scooby Doo Challenges, I got those on Etsy a while back. And I don't remember which shop. We'll have to, but I'll make sure to put them in the description. Okay, so this one, I almost finished it. I didn't finish it. So today, because there's one row left, these are worth $3 a piece. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. This is $12, okay? So we're gonna give it $12. And again, this comes from Neen's Budgets. Stay in the positive. I like that message. Okay, $12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. $12. Okay. Next is my car registration. This one I have not taken the money out because I'm not going to be using this for any other purpose but my car registration come the end of May. So once that comes, and usually the amount of money I have to pay for this, oh, that reminds me, guys, I have to change my car insurance address. I almost forgot. I have not changed my address for my car insurance, so I have to do that tomorrow. But this is for my tags that I'm going to have to pay in the month of May. And usually it's around like $250. Well, actually last year it was $300. And usually it's around $300. So this saves about $240, and then I can take the rest for my sinking fund. All right, so I'm gonna add $20 to this. Okay, and so now I have a total of 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, and 40. So $140 for my car registration, which is really good because I have several months before I have to, pay for my tags. So this is going very well, this one. Okay, now my D-Bucks, what I always used to do is use my D-Bucks for debt, but I'm not focusing on debt this year. I am paying on my credit cards, but I am not focused solely on paying them off. This year is all about saving and investing. That's my focus this year. So I do have a D-Buck here. And so what I plan to do is when I get 25 bills, because that's what I used to do when I got 25 D-Bucks, I would put it towards debt. I think when I get 25, I'm gonna put it in my car maintenance sinking fund. We'll have to see. I change my mind a lot. What can I say? But that's a D-Buck. I have one only. I'm gonna leave it right there and use that when I probably get a few more. And so that is everything in my binder. But using the binders, just kind of organizing your money in envelopes, that's all. It's just a great way to keep track of everything, keeps it nice and neat, keeps it safe. That's why I love using the A6 binders. The A5s are great. They're just too big and bulky. So I have one of them, but I'm not going to get any more because this is the size that works for me. All right, guys, I have one more challenge to share. This is the My 2026 53-week challenge, and it comes from Dr. Simple Budgets. This is her annual challenge, and look at this. I think this is wonderful. She has winter, spring, summer, and fall, and she's introducing this as a roll and save. However, I am going to put, I know I'm pretty boring, I'm going to put $2 for each check mark. I'm going to start with winter, and then once I finish winter, I'll move on to spring. But I'm going to do $2 per box. Today I have $10, so I'm going to use this $10, which means then that I can check off 5 boxes. And that's wonderful. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So 5 boxes, $10 to get started with this fun challenge. And she's offering this to everybody. So make sure you visit her shop and get your copy of this challenge. Okay. So I stuffed my binder. I started my challenge. The new year is moving already and I feel pretty good. I have a lot of goals to reach. I definitely want to keep pushing and, making and holding myself accountable to reach those goals. That's what I do. I set a goal and then I hold myself accountable and then I get to work, I get busy and I stay focused. You have to do all of those things. You just can't say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds next month and then you still eat everything. It doesn't work that way. You have to have a plan. What are you going to do to lose the weight? We could go on and on, but you get the gist. All right, guys, I'm going to be sharing my January giveaway right quick, and I want everybody to participate. All you have to do is put hashtag resolution and tell me what is one goal you have for 2026. Just one. I would love to hear and read all of your goals that you all have. I know some of us have multiple goals, and that's okay. You can have as many as you can handle, but I just want to hear about one. Maybe your primary goal. What is it? Share that with me. And so whoever is my winner, you're going to be picked from a random drawing, and you have to be able to accept Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal. Those are the 3 payment methods I use. And if you can accept it that way, the money's yours. You have until January 23rd to enter the giveaway, okay? All right, friends, you all know that I appreciate you always. And thank you for joining me. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join me on my journey. I thank you all. Have a great week, and I will see you all again in another video. Bye.